Hello, this is T. Royster with blackhairgrowth.biz, and I'll have that link at the bottom of the screen for you. Before I discuss the history of the black hair growth oil and the fact that it really wasn't supposed to be something that was meant to be sold, it was really my ancient secret. In that video, I discussed how I was inspired, where the ingredients came from, and I actually discussed how I used it. And people would ask me questions about what I use on my hair, and I just happened to tell them. Recently I was posting on Facebook about using the hair softener and transitioning from a relaxer to actually a texturizer to prevent putting so many chemicals in my hair. And someone asked me what type of moisturizer I use in my hair, and I said I use my own. I've used no one but my own. No one's hair oil or moisturizer in my hair but my own for the last 5 years. So basically that's how people started really hearing about my hair growth oil. Again, before it was just my little secret. I'm sorry, you guys. I guess I was hiding it for myself. I don't know. I guess I just didn't tell anybody the reason why my hair grew so well or the texture was the way that it was. But today, I'm willing to let go of the secret. After 5 years, I'm willing to let people know. But real quick, I just want to discuss the baggy method and what I use to deep condition it when my hair is kind of dry. Because anybody transitioning or using natural hair know that when you're not using a relaxer, your hair gets thicker. And sometimes the volume is a lot bigger than it is when it's relaxed. You have to properly moisturize it because it may not have the smoothness that it does when you are relaxing your hair. So I would use the baggy method, and that kind of locks in the moisture and gives it a good shine. So real quick, I'm just going to take my hair down just so I can give a little demonstration of how to use the oil, because people ask me, well, how do you use it? It's very easy. I'm a very busy person, so I don't have a whole lot of time to sit there, part my hair, and put the grease, the old school way. You sit on the floor and somebody grease your scalp, or either you part and you do it yourself. I don't have time for all that. I'm a busy person. So all I do is take my oil. This is the larger bottle. You have the small 3 to 4 ounce, and then you have the larger bottle that's the 6 ounce. What I do, very simple. I just start here, and I just do this, and I just draw a line real quick, just real fast, just like this. Come all the way around. Keep going, and just a little bit of oil is coming out. I go down to the back. If you want to, you can part it in 2 sections, one here and one behind, and then that way you can just come straight down, draw a line. 3 minutes tops, you've oiled your scalp. Just that fast, 3 minutes tops. I just got a haircut, so right now I'm trying to grow it back a little bit because I had to cut quite a bit in the top for my layers to get it to lay like I wanted it to. And you can kind of see the curl pattern where it's starting to curl back up. Of course, when your hair is curling up or drawing up and you don't use that relaxer, it's going to be a lot shorter looking than if you kind of press it out and relax it. If I were to flat iron it, it'll be a little bit of a difference. But again, you see that curl pattern, and it's because I'm using a softener versus using the relaxer, so it's not going to have the straightness that it did before. I kind of slacked up on using the oil because I wasn't really worried about growth as much. I just wanted to get me a good haircut, and I think he cut about 3 inches off of it, especially in the top part. Then he cut a little bit off the back, but this is where, again, I would use the oil and the baggy method. Let me show you real quick. If you don't feel like washing it, you just want to moisturize it, what you do, have a spray bottle, guys. See the spray bottle? Okay. Wet it. Just saturate it with water a little bit. And then you'll start seeing it kind of get wetter. And then I'm going to do the same thing in the back. You're going to need a hair scarf and a plastic bag. But again, I'm just taking it real quick. This will probably take about 5 minutes tops at night. I'll do this and wet it up real good. And it'll start loosening up. And then after I do that, what I do is I get some conditioner. I'm just going to use a little simple, cheap conditioner. Pour it in my hand. Then I take that conditioner and put it over my hair. You don't have to do this every single day, but I take the conditioner and pour it in my hand, and I make sure I put the oil in there real good. I'm wearing a wet look this week, so I really don't care about having it dry. You know, when I get my hair flat iron, of course, I want it to be a little more light, so it'll have more movement in it. But children is perfect because kids don't worry about body. They worry about your hair. You know, when you have a child, you worry about your child's hair being neat and smooth and in the ponytail or however you're styling it. When you're wearing the wet look, of course, you don't want it to look too dry because it'll look too frizzy. So I didn't mind putting a little extra oil on mine and letting it just kind of lock in there because it was kind of dry. And again, when you're going back to your natural state, you're going to see that it needs to be moisturized. It needs to be taken care of. So I do that. I'm just doing a quick version. I'm not really going to wet all of it. But I did that and wet it real good. Then after I wet it, what I do is I take a baggie. You can call it a baggie, conditioning cap, whatever. You can get it at a dollar store or Walmart, whole bag for maybe $1 or something. Put this on my hair, just like this. Cover it up real good. Then I get a scarf. And I have a black scarf. I try to use neutral colors or simple colors, you know. And I tie it around my hair, right here. I don't have my scarf with me. I thought I did. But I tie it around my head and go to sleep. And I'll leave it on there all night. And when I wake up, I mean, it's so much softer and it's more conditioned because of the fact that I left it in there all night. If you don't want to leave it in there all night, then what you can do is get under the dryer for maybe 30 minutes. You might want to do this once a week until you get the moisture in that you want, because the more you do it, the more you're going to see the moisture. And after a while, I probably won't do it as much because I don't need as much shine. Before, it was like 911 emergency stat. I needed some shine in my hair. So that's where I use it. I have my scarf now. Thank you to my assistant. What I do after that, put my scarf on just like this, and I tie it around. And your natural body heat plus the bag is going to give it nice warmth, and you're sleeping in it. Now I look like a gypsy, y'all. And you sleep in it, and when you wake up, you're going to see where it has really just conditioned it, and it should make it softer. Again, that in combination with the Just For Me hair softener helped me to have more manageable hair, because my hair was curly, but it was, imagine a little kid with that curly afro, you know. That's how it was. Very tangled, pretty when it's wet, but when it dries, OMG, it did not look good. So it wasn't easy to comb out, I put it like that. So this was something that really, really helped me, and I just wanted today be willing to share it with others. I hope you enjoy the oil. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting me and everybody that's going to support me. Be blessed.